Hey guys, welcome back. More Disney Infinity, and today we are under construction with a multi-floor elevator system. Now, to make a single floor elevator is not real hard. Pathfinder, set it up to go up and down, a couple of buttons, and you're done. But if you've got several different floors that you want to go to, then it becomes a little bit trickier. There's a couple of different ways you can probably do it. The one that I found works best for me is the one I'm just going to show you right here. So as you take a look around, you see the buttons, and this is to go to two separate floors. So you have your ground floor, second floor, third floor. So it's a 3-floor system. And as you will see, I've got the cased buttons, which I personally like. They look much better. And I have what I refer to as the ugly button as well. And you'll have to have at least one of those. So as we take a look at the setup, it looks pretty simple right now. But you may notice that there are two paths that have been set up, and there's a reason for that. One will go to each floor, and again, you can make as many floors as you want and just replicate the same thing I'm about to show you. So as you take a look around at all the different parts you're going to need, it's pretty simple. The trigger area is going to be the thing that gets the whole thing started out, and I'll probably have that kick in as soon as my player spawns into the toy box itself. So let's take a look at the logic setup as it goes here. As I said, once you go into the trigger box, that starts things off by going to the ugly button. The reason you're using the ugly button is that's the only one that can be triggered to press the button. If you go into a trigger box and then try to hook it up to the case button, it will only activate or deactivate. It won't actually push the button to make it do its job. So for that reason, you will have to use the ugly button or the original button, whichever way you like to refer to it. So once you do go to the trigger box, and once it does hit the button, it will press the button. So that's where you're going to set your logic up first. Now once it presses that button, what it's going to do is going to activate your floor panel. The panel, of course, is going to be the elevator itself. So let's take a quick look at the whole setup here. As you can see, one panel went up and there's still a panel down below. And the reason is it's not a one-panel system. You will have a different panel depending on how many floors you have. You have 2 floors to go to, you'll have 2 panels. Add a floor, add a panel. And as you can see, the bottom panel passed through the second panel to go to the third floor. Its only job is to go as high as it's set. On the way down, it passes through. Now that might look a little hokey right now watching it from this perspective, but when you're actually riding the elevator, you don't see any of that. You'll have walls surrounding you, and when the 2 units pass through each other, the 2 different panels, as long as you line up the images perfectly, you won't even notice it. Now I purposely have them offset a little bit just so you can see the difference. But again, here we stop on the second floor, press to go up, and it's almost seamless. You don't even see the difference. It just goes passes straight through. You're up to the third floor. And now in reverse, same thing. Now we know the panel is passing through and still going down, but you're stopped on the second floor, and now you go down to the third where both panels are. So let's take a look at the wiring system here for the logic. You step into the trigger box, as I said, and as soon as any player enters, it's going to press the button. And again, that is the original button or the ugly button. And that is what's going to kickstart this entire thing. The reason for that, again, you have to get the panels moving so far as the logic is concerned. And that's what we'll have here. So what I usually do is I'll offset the panels. I'll have one stay ground floor. I'll move one to the second floor. It's easier to target them that way. And then from there you go to each one individually using the same one button. And when that button is pressed, it is simply going to start. Now it won't actually move the panels by starting. It'll just get the logic going, and that's what's going to allow the case buttons to do their job. So again, you'll replicate those same steps for every panel you have, and you'll have a panel for every floor that you want to go to. So with the lower button, which we see here is a case button, and again, keep in mind you can use the ugly button all the way through for all of these things. I just happen to like the case button better. So in this case, your lower button is going to be a single button by itself, and that is going to control the first stop to the second floor. When it's pressed, you're going to reverse. Now, as we look at the panels themselves, you go to Properties, you go to your path, and here what you want to do is go down to the bottom, and then your style of move is going to be reverse and stop, and that's why the reverse is what makes them actually go up and down. You're basically going to do the exact same thing for each panel. The only difference is it'll be different buttons the rest of the way through. So now as we get to the second floor, we have options. Do I want to go up or do I want to go back down? So one button is going to control going up to the third floor, which again, we're going to hook it up to the floor panel, and it's going to go to reverse in the property. And then the other button will simply bring the panel down to the second floor. And then last but not least, the third button way at the top by itself, again will reverse, and it'll reverse the floor panel that goes all the way to the top. So again, may look a little hokey, but when you're riding it, it's seamless. You never even notice. One passes through the other. You'll stop on the second floor on your way down to the ground level. And that's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. Hopefully this video has helped you out a little bit, and if it has, please remember to like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe. That's it for this time out under construction. We'll be back with more in the near future. Take care, guys.